What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Figure It Out of the Basement's action figure podcast / talk show. New table edition.
New table edition, indeed.
We finally got a table. We're taking it to the next level. On this episode, we're going to be talking about some Black Series news, and we're also going to be giving our top 5 wish list for Star Wars The Black Series figures we would like to see from Rebels. Of course, I'm Nate. I'm joined with Justin.
What's up, guys?
And if this is your first time watching Figure It Out, hello, how are you? Make sure you leave a like on this video and subscribe if you're new, especially if you enjoy action figure related content. Let's jump into the news, J-Rick. We've got a couple things going on here. First off, we talked about the rumored Empire Strikes Back wave of 6-inch Black Series figures coming, and now we have confirmation that we will also be getting a new Lando.
We said we wanted it, and now we're getting it.
True. No photos available yet. I believe it was just a Walmart.com listing, something along those lines. We're going to have to assume, I'd assume it's the blue costume again, but with just the photoreal head. Really awesome that we are getting this figure. I think I'll definitely double dip so that he at least looks compatible with the rest of
Hoth squad.
Hoth Leia, Han, soon to be Luke.
Bespin escape Leia.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there was another announcement.
True. These are both rumors, and this is coming from yakface.com. We have a TFU Stormtrooper Commander.
The Force Unleashed.
The Force Unleashed. This is a rumored gaming greats, which if you guys don't know what that is, that's kind of a new sub-line of the Black Series that seems to be like GameStop exclusives.
Yeah.
So we're getting a new rumored, I would have to assume this is the Force Unleashed Stormtrooper Commander, and he looks really cool.
With the blue.
Yep, the blue. He's got like the blue line going down the helmet. I'm always down for Stormtrooper repaints, no matter what they are. Bring them on.
Much, yeah.
It could literally be anything, and I'll at some point go, I'll probably pick that one up. Because it is a classic original trilogy looking Stormtrooper, so that's definitely a big positive in my book. I'm not personally familiar with this design, but it looks badass. I think he looks awesome.
Also, a little bit of more information about the probe droid.
Yeah.
It will be a deluxe release.
And it seems to be like coming out soon.
Right.
Which is strange because it hasn't been announced at all. But we've got confirmation that this mystery deluxe figure now is making its way to the States. Yeah. It's not an exclusive, so it's just gonna...
It better be big.
Yeah, that's what I've been wondering is like, my whole life have I just thought the probe droid is like kind of small because you don't see it in scale next to anything.
Right.
But maybe it is like a pretty sizable droid.
Right.
I'm honestly still excited about it.
Yeah.
I think bring on the droids, honestly.
Yep, anything original trilogy at this point. So, Nate, I will be your guide here. I've created a visual guide for you.
True.
Because I know you haven't seen Rebels.
Yeah, I have not seen Rebels.
It's like, you haven't seen Rebels, and I haven't seen the 2D 2003 Clone Wars?
Yeah, 2003. We'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
We will watch that and do a list video on it.
Right. But, yeah, I have seen Star Wars Rebels. I really like it. Obviously, I love Clone Wars a lot more. But I still really enjoyed Rebels. I'm not that interested in Resistance, so I won't be watching that. But, of course, Season 7 of Clone Wars is coming next month. So I figured we'd go through the 3D shows. We do have an episode of Top 5 figures we'd like to see from the Clone Wars.
True.
If you'd like to check that out. But getting into Rebels had a lot of Mandalorian characters. So did the Clone Wars. But Sabine being a main character, she's a part of Ghost Crew. There were just a lot of Mandos popping up. And I didn't want to overflow this list with Mandalorians, even though I would like to.
Yeah.
So I have a few honorable mentions. The first is Ursa and Tristan Wren, which is Sabine's mother and brother. And they just have this super dope black and gold, like yellowish armor.
That's the first picture here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your visual guide is in order.
All right, cool.
And I know you're familiar with Mandalorian as well, so...
I can appreciate a design and something like this. Like all the Mandalorians, we kind of already have a base body / like helmet sculpt for the Black Series. So I feel like all of these could be realistic because they're almost just like a little repaint away. Like, how different is Sabine's mom's helmet from Sabine's? Significant? Or does she not really wear a helmet?
Some of these designs... She does wear a helmet.
Okay.
But some of these designs are significantly different. The mom and the son, or Sabine's brother, is about the same, I believe. But it's just the color scheme that really gets me.
It does look really cool.
So...
I'd love to have an army of Mandos.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm getting at. Because now that we have the Mandalorian show and we're getting more live-action Mandalorian lore, I'm just in a Mando mood.
A Mando mood.
A Mando mood.
True.
It's a mood.
It would be awesome to get, like, from the Mandalorian, get like Army Builder Death Watch variants.
Yeah. So, yeah. Speaking of helmets that are significantly different, we have Gar and Tiber Saxon. Now, the Saxon brothers were mentioned in Clone Wars. I forget if they're actually in it. They're in some other form of media, but I do not remember. I am currently rewatching the Clone Wars. But they are basically like these Imperial Mandalorians.
Yeah.
Like, they're a division of Mandalorians that side with the Empire. And one of them, I don't know if it was Gar or Tiber. One's, like, significantly younger. But one of them was, like, an Imperial governor. And then the other one was, like, the leader of Mandalore. Like, the Imperial leader of Mandalore.
I like the helmet designs on these guys. It
almost looks Imperial, like, Stormtrooper-ish.
Like the way the dome is shaped and the eyes really give off an Imperial trooper vibe.
Yeah, and of course the white and red, and it doesn't show in the picture I have for you, but they have like these Imperial logos on the shoulder pads.
The red one does have he has the logo on his shoulder there, so that is really cool. That would be awesome to mix in with the regular Imperial stuff.
Yeah, and one of them, I forget which one because they're brothers. One of them is killed, but the other one I think lives on, and one of them, it has to do with like this weapon that was created by the Empire to only affect Mandalorian armor. It cripples them and it vaporizes whoever's inside, and it just leaves the armor.
I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, so I'm curious to see if that ever comes up in the Mandalorian show.
Yeah.
But to finish off the honorable mentions for the Mandos, I have Fen Rao, he's basically a character who is the protector of the leader of Mandalore. So, since Sabine has the Darksaber in the show, he is basically like Sabine's bodyguard for a certain duration of the show. And he's just an overall cool character. He's kind of like the wise mentor, like assistant, but also really badass bodyguard. And of course, has a nice set of Mando armor.
Yeah.
So... yeah, those, I didn't want to flood it with Mandalorian stuff. But there is one Mandalorian on the list, but we'll get to that. So coming in at number 5 is an analyst droid. I think it was an ex-Republic analyst droid, and they kind of just said, maybe reprogrammed it and said, help the rebels. But his name, it is masculine, so his name is AP5. And in the series, he is kind of like Chopper's counterpart. There's some moments with Chopper and him.
It's kind of his C-3PO.
Yeah. Which, oddly enough, I just watched season 4 about a month or two ago, and I don't remember seeing him in season 4. I think he might have been written out, but he kind of just looks like maybe Forlom or that other bug droid.
Yeah, Zero from Mandalorian.
Yeah. So... I threw him on there, and his mouthpiece lights up whenever he talks. It lights up red. I just thought that was an interesting effect in animation. So
they could do the color changing. Get him cold, and his mouth lights up red.
No, I would rather just have it red.
Write that one down, Hasbro. That's a free one.
Yeah,
that's a free one. Write that one down.
Right. So coming in at number 4, this is a Devaronian. character. I had to learn the species name because there also is this species throughout Star Wars. But his name is Socotra Vizago. I think he just goes by Vizago, the last name. But he was basically a crime lord who was imprisoned by the Imperials, and he was a slave, and then the Ghost Crew frees him, and then he just kind of joins Ghost Crew and helps out the rebellion. And he's just, it's kind of comedic relief. This is kind of a counterpart to Zeb, like the big, bulky, hard-working guy.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna.
Stuff done.
Is he big like Clancy Brown's Devonian in the Mandalorian?
Yeah, he's big, muscular, and I just think, and we don't have this species in the Black Series so far.
Yeah,
and we all know the devil.
Yeah, devil
species, guy from Star Wars. So I just thought this would be a nice, different character. Maybe you wouldn't expect me to put him on this list, but it's a fun design, and it's a Zeb counterpart, which, by the way, Zeb is heavily rumored, so he is not on the list.
Yeah, true.
Zeb,
we did not mention that.
Yeah, Zeb is all but confirmed, so I think this would be a nice counterpart to Zeb. Moving right along. Oh, number 3, we have Bo-Katan Kryze, which she is in the Clone Wars a lot. She is a former member of Death Watch.
Nice. And
when Darth Maul kills Pre Vizsla, she kind of doesn't go along with that code, because according to the rules of Mandalore, you would have to have Darth Maul as your ruler. And she didn't accept him, so it kind of started like a skirmish. And she is the last to be seen with the Darksaber. But she's a badass. She's a redhead. She has pretty cool armor.
Yeah.
And yeah, she gets the Darksaber, so maybe include the Darksaber with her, so we can get the Darksaber into the Black Series.
True. We need it.
We need that saber. Coming in at number 2 is Agent Kallus, who is like an Imperial officer type. You know, he was a rival of the Ghost Crew. You know, he's kind of like the Captain Ahab. Yeah. And Ghost Crew is Moby Dick. Like, damn you, Ghost Crew, I'll get you one day. But then, to be honest, I forget what happens in the show, but he defects from the Empire and joins Ghost Crew. So there's a lot of counterparts in here, and this would be the counterpart to Rex. Like, they kind of have a little buddy, friendly but kind of rivalry relationship in the show. So there's a lot of just little companion characters that could go with other characters in this.
He's got nice chops.
Yes, he does have those a weird facial hair, sideburn, but missing
mutton chops.
Yeah,
sorta.
Yep. But Nate, you know this character.
True. This is one I know because I have watched the first 2 episodes of Rebels, where it's really one long episode.
Yeah. And you've read the Vader Dark Lord of the Sith comic book, which this character is prominent in, which is our number 1, the Grand Inquisitor.
Is it any surprise? But we already have the lightsaber in the line.
We don't have this species. I forget the species name, but it's the same one
from OOTB.
Yeah, in Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah,
thousands of battle droids. But I mean, cool design, and he's from other Star Wars media. You know, he's from that big Charles Soule Vader comic, and he's badass in the show. And I also think it'd be cool just to get all the other Inquisitors. Yeah. Maybe I'll do a little cheating. But in Rebels, there is the 5th brother, the 7th sister, and the 8th brother.
We need more red lightsabers in the line.
We do.
Because we really don't have that many.
We do, and I think just having the Inquisitors would be a good excuse.
9th sister?
That'd be awesome to get a big, bulky 9th sister. But they have such cool designs.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Grand Inquisitor. We need more lightsaber-wielding characters in the Black Series. You know, you could have them fighting Vader in their little training thing. You could have them fight Kanan and Ezra. True. Tons of possibilities for a lot of these characters, honestly. But yeah, that's it.
There we go.
Yep.
That is the list.
You know, Rebels actually has a surprising amount of characters in the Black Series.
It does. More than Clone Wars.
It does have more than Clone Wars. It has Kanan, Ezra, Hera, Chopper, Sabine, the Imperial Jump Trooper, is technically from Rebels.
Thrawn.
That's 7 figures right there, and Clone Wars only has 3 clones.
Yeah. It's crazy.
We need more from all of it.
We also need Zeb soon. It shouldn't take this long to complete the core Ghost crew.
That is true.
It shouldn't be taking this long.
Yep.
But maybe they're going to really deliver something special with Zeb. Got to imagine he's going to be a deluxe release.
Yep. He'll come with this big gun, big heavy blaster gun.
Yep. And he'll be hopefully hulking as well.
Right. He's just tiny.
Hopefully they knocked that out of the park. So that was our top 5 wish list for Rebels. Who would you like to see from Rebels? Comment down below. Let's talk about Star Wars. Of course, if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to leave a like on it. Subscribe if you are new. We mostly talk about action figures on this channel. We do reviews. We do this little podcast hangout show where we just shoot the shit about Black Series. So thank you so much for watching. I'm Nate. I've been joined with Justin.
See you guys later.
And we will see you guys next time on Out of the Basement.